I'm going to talk about current patterns. So snow everywhere in Toronto, Hamilton, Burlington, Oakville, Niagara-on-the-Lake, Niagara Falls, City, Fort Erie, Whitehaven, Owen Sound, Collingwood, Palm Beach, Sunny Beach, Salt Lake Bay, Midland, Orella, Barrie, Georgia, Beverly Isles. Let's do Lakes and go again. So Orella, Barrie, Georgia, Beverly Isles. So Oshawa, Uxbridge, Cobourg, Peterborough, Belleville. Fort Erie is done. So Lions Head, Hope Bay. So next hour, my show. So it's too far out. So it's gonna be 7 p.m. So Newmarket, Orangeville, Stouffville, Belleville, Cobourg doesn't count. Peterborough doesn't count. Brighton, Owen Sound, Lights Head, Hope Bay, Collingwood, Palm Beach, Thunder Beach, Salt Lake Bay, Midland, Barrie, Orilla, Georgia, Beverly Isles, Niagara-on-the-Lake, Niagara Falls City, Fort Erie, Hardenburg, Port Elgin. Those cities are gonna get 0.25 millimeters of snowfall, including today 2 p.m. and today 7 p.m. Like, so next hour, so it's gonna be 7 a.m. instead of 8 a.m. because of daylight savings. So Niagara-on-the-Lake, Niagara Falls City, Fort Erie, Collingwood, Whitehaven, Owen Sound, Lions Head, Hope Bay, Collingwood is done. So Palm Beach, Thunder Beach, London, Belleville, Port Elgin, possibly in Hanover. Those cities are gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of snowfall. So let's go back and double finish everything from previous day. There's nothing else except Hanover, Port Elgin is 0.25 millimeters of snowfall. So let's go back to Tuesday 7 a.m. So if you miss anything, there's nothing missing. So next hour, 1 p.m. there's some rainfall in Lake Ontario. So Scarborough, downtown Toronto, Mississauga, Brampton, Richmond Hill, Newmarket, Orangeville, Stouffville, Niagara-on-the-Lake, Niagara Falls City, parts of it. London, Hanover doesn't count, so close to Barrie. Those cities are gonna get, including Hope Bay actually. Hope Bay, Thunder Beach, Palm Beach, Salt Lake Bay. Those cities are gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of snowfall. Gonna count Salt Lake Bay because it's closest. So in northeastern Ontario, it's gonna get some 1,005 millibars of pressure. That's northeast and southern Ontario. So next hour, if it's possible, I might miss it. That's just if it's possible. So Port Elgin, not gonna count Hanover. So Hope Bay, Lions Head, Wiarton, Thunder Beach, Palm Beach, Salt Lake Bay, Niagara-on-the-Lake, Long Point. Those cities are gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of rainfall, not snowfall. Could be some snowfall, but not some actually. So next hour, 7 a.m. So Wiarton, Owen Sound, Lions Head, Hope Bay, So I just need to put the lines in. So Thunder Beach, Palm Beach, Salt Lake Bay, not Midland, so ignore Midland. So Cobourg, Sullivan, Niagara-on-the-Lake, Fort Erie doesn't count. Fort Erie is 2.5 millimeters already, so it doesn't count. So next, snowy precipitation or colder precipitation. So Niagara Falls City, Peterborough, Belleville, those cities are gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of snowfall. So we finished everything, so we could continue the previous one I missed. So Long Point also get some 0.25 millimeters of rainfall. So let's go back to 7 p.m. yesterday. We missed. Not just. So you did this, so it's going to go up to cities I missed. So this could be nothing at least. So November the 11th, which is tomorrow. So Collingwood is gonna get some 2.5 millimeters of snowfall. So let's go to 7 p.m. Same thing is done. So 7 a.m. it's done. So and this is Whitehead. So not Whitehead, but city's missing. So Bombay, Thornaby, Solagby, Midland, Orilla, Barrie, Georginia, Beverly Isles. Beverly Isles. There's nothing else. So in Eastern Ontario. So what? Lions Head, Hope Bay, Collingwood, Niagara on the Lake, Niagara Falls City, Fort Erie is going to get some 0.25 millimeters of rainfall. So Wyton, Owen Sound is Port Elgin is going to get some 0.25 millimeters of rainfall. 2.5 millimeters of rainfall is in Port Elgin, Wyton, Owen Sound. So Hanover's 2.5 millimeters of rainfall. So there's nothing else except down to Toronto. So down to Toronto, southwestern Scarborough, parts of Mississauga, it's gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of rainfall. So Balmain Mills could get some Barbarian Mill, Orono, it's gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of rainfall. So for the area also 0.25 millimeters of rainfall. So next hour. Northeastern Ontario is gonna get some 1005 millibars of pressure. So Scarborough, Stouffville. So Newmarket doesn't exist. So Orange Hall. So Cobourg, Peterborough, Belleville, Orilla, Georginia, Barrie, Beverly Isles, Collingwood, Wyton, Lions Head, Hope Bay, Port Erie, parts of Niagara Falls City. Those cities are gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of rainfall. That's snowfall. So next, heavier precipitation. So Owen Sound, Palm Beach, Thunder Beach. So we do Solid Bay. So it's gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of rainfall. So including Port Elgin, it's 2.5 millimeters of rainfall. Like 2.5 millimeters of rainfall is actually again going to be Owen Sound, Palm Beach, Thunder Beach, Port Elgin, those cities. So let's do it again by the cities that we can get to do it. So Solid Bay, Midland, so it's gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of rainfall, including Hanover. So next hour, 7 a.m. So Wyton, Owen Sound, Collingwood, Dunbar Beach, Salt Lake Beach, Thunder Beach, Orilla, Georginia, Barrie. Those cities are gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of rainfall. So next hour, honestly, it's not there's gonna be pressure pattern. There's just no precipitation for whole days. So Cobourg, Peterborough, Georginia, Orilla, Barrie, Collingwood, Palm Beach, Thunder Beach, Salt Lake Bay, Midland, Port Elgin. Those cities are gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of rain, including Balmain Mill, Hanover. So next hour, 7 p.m. November 13th. So Owen Sound, Collingwood, Palm Beach, Thunder Beach, Salt Lake Bay, Midland, Barrie, Georginia, Niagara on the Lake, Port Elgin. Those cities are gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of rainfall. So next hour, so 7 a.m. Third final hour. So Palm Beach, Thunder Beach, Salt Lake Bay, Barrie, Georginia, Wyton, Hope Bay, Lions Head. Those cities are gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of rainfall. So next hour, about 1 or 8 hours. There's nothing else. 1:14. There's nothing else. So total snowfall once every 12 hours. So it might be with rainfall first instead. So let's see how long the video is going. 9 minutes. So Stouffville 2 millimeters of rain, 1 millimeters of rain, Brampton, downtown Toronto, Mississauga is gonna be 0.7, Oka 0.7, Hamilton, Burlington 0.7, Niagara on the Lake is 3, New market is 1, Uxbridge 2 millimeters of rain. Orange falls 1 millimeters of rain. It could be 1 millimeters of rain. 2 millimeters of rain is in Whitetown. When sun is 2.5 millimeters of rain. 4 millimeters of rain in Collingwood. On the beach, Balm Beach is actually, it's going to be 2 millimeters of rain. Same thing as on the beach. Solid Beach, Solid Bay is actually 2.3 millimeters of rain. Midland 2.5 millimeters of rain. Orella's 2.5. Barrie is 1 point something. So it's gonna be 1.7 millimeters of rain. Barrie, Georgia, Beverly, Isles. Lion's Head is going to be 0.7. Then 1.2 is in Hope Bay. Hope Bay is actually closer. So let's see what city is this. So it's gonna take a minute. So Hope Bay is closer to the. So it's okay. So you don't need to correct it. This stay as 1.2 millimeters of rainfall. So Coburg is 0.2, Peterborough is 0.7, Belleville 0.7. So next hour for Erie is 1.2. So next actual hour. So it's gonna take a minute to go to the next hour day. So Whiteton, Owen Sound, Mississauga, Brampton, parts of I'm gonna skip that city. So those Hamilton, those cities are gonna get some 0.2 millimeters of rain on average per 12 hours. But so Lions Head, Hope Bay, Thunder Beach, Bomb Beach, Salt Lake Bay, it's gonna be 0.7 millimeters of rainfall. 3 millimeters of rain is in Collingwood. Downtown Toronto, Scarborough, Snowfall, and Richmond Hill is gonna be 0.7 millimeters of rain. Orangeville 0.2, Newmarket 0.7, Stouffville 0.7, Niagara on the Lake is 0.7. No, it's actually 1.2. It's on 2.5. Not 2.5, right? Niagara Falls City 0.2 millimeters of rain. Fort Erie 0.7 millimeters of rain. Barrie 0.2 millimeters of rain. Beverly Isles is 0.2 millimeters of rain. London is 0.7 millimeters of rain. Hanover is 0.7 millimeters of rainfall. So next hour, so 8 a.m. 8 a.m. So Scarborough is 0.27, Stouffville 0.2, downtown Toronto borderline 0.7, Richmond Hill 0.7, with Newmarket 0.2. 0.7 is not Newmarket or Richmond Hill, so just downtown. So Mississauga is 0.2, Brampton 0.2. Niagara on the Lake is 0.2, Niagara Falls City is 0.2, with some 0.7 parts of Niagara Falls, which is southeastern. So for it's gonna be Whiteton. Whiteton is only 1, so it's gonna be 6. No, it's gonna be 4 millimeters of rain, and Owen Sound is actually gonna be heavier, so it's gonna be 6 millimeters of rainfall. 2 millimeters of rain in Collingwood. Hope Bay is going to be darkest, so it's going to be 1.7 and 1.2 is in Lions Head. On the beach, Bomb Beach is actually going to be 5 millimeters of rainfall. So the third lightest green is actually 5 millimeters of rainfall, not 6. So 4 millimeters is in Thunder Beach. Salt Lake Bay is 2.5 millimeters of rainfall on average. So it's Midland is 2.5. Orella is gonna be 1.2. Georgia is 0.7. 0.7 Beverly Isles, and 1.7 is in Barrie borderlines. So Coburg is 0.7. Peterborough is 0.2. Belleville 0.7. Oshawa is 0.2. 0.2 is also Uxbridge. Green spot, you're not gonna count. They didn't do the whole thing. So Hanover is going to be hard. So it's going to be 5 millimeters. So rainfall is in Hanover. Whiteton, Owenson. No, Owenson is actually, it's going to be 5 millimeters of rain. Whiteton is going to be 4 millimeters of rain. So that's a wrong one before I did. So So in Port Elgin is going to be ordered. So it's going to be 6 millimeters of rain. This is the actual one is 6 millimeters of rainfall in Port Elgin. So Port Erie is gonna be 1.2 millimeters of rainfall. So next hour. So next hour, 7 p.m. So Quebec, Peterborough is gonna be 0.7 millimeters of rainfall. So Barrie 1.2, Orella 0.7, Georgina is 1.2, Beverly is 0.2, Owen Sound is 0.7, Owen Whitetown is 0.2, Hope Bay is 0.2, Lions gets nothing. So it could get something actually 0.2 actually. So let's do Hanover's hardest. So Hanover is going to be 1.2 or 1.7 millimeters of rainfall. So Thunder Beach, Palm Beach is going to be 1.2 millimeters of rain. Same thing in Salt Lake Bay. London Beach is actually higher. It's going to be 1.7 millimeters of rainfall. So Newmarket or so for the other places, nothing. So except for Elgin is going to get some 2.5 millimeters of rainfall. So next final hour, nothing else. It's only US. Like Ontario doesn't count. So total snowfall once every 12 hours. So skip. We could do today's. So 1.5 centimeters of this is centimeters of snowfall. If I say millimeters, ignore it. So 1.5 is centimeters is snowfall. 1.7, 1.1 is Toronto. 1.1 is Brampton, Mississauga. It's 1.1. Oshawa 0.9. Newmarket snowfall is 1.5. Uxbridge 2.2. Peterborough 1.0. Quebec 0.6. Belleville 1.3. So everywhere in Niagara Falls, mean average is 2.6. 2.0 is Whitetown. 4.1 is Collingwood. So 0.7 is in Hamilton, Burlington. Windspa is 2.5. Oakville 0.7 also 0.7. So next one. So Palm Beach is going to be 1.7 centimeters of snowfall. It's gonna be take a while, so 1.7. Give me 0.7. It's actually 0.7 centimeters, but it's gonna show up as 1.7. Yeah, it could be 1.7, and it's in Palm Beach, and Thunder Beach it's also 1.7 centimeters of snowfall. It could be 2 centimeters. Actually, it's gonna be 2 centimeters of snowfall. It's in Thunder Beach, and Salt Lake Bay is actually 1.9 centimeters of snowfall. Midland is 2.6 centimeters of snowfall. And same thing in Orella. Barrie is gonna be 2.1. Georgina is 2.1. Beverly Hills is 2.1. But let's do Georgina again. It could be 2.1 actually. So whole Bay is gonna be something. So it's going to be 1.7. So let's check the actual mean average. It's gonna take a minute. So mean average and 0. So I need to calculate using like Google something. So the mean average. Sometimes I need to search Google for the answers of cities in Google Maps. So that's why it takes a minute to do that. So the mean average is actually 1.35 centimeters of snowfall. So it's gonna be whole Bay, Thunder Beach, not whole Bay, like whole Bay line set actually. So Orilla, Thunder Beach, Bay is done. So Orilla is done. So next 12 hours. Could be next day because most people go out. So snowfall 0.7, down to Toronto 0.4, 0.3 is Brampton, Mississauga 0.2, London 0.8, 2.9 is Collingwood, 0.1 is Hamilton, Burlington, Greenspoint, Niagara-on-the-Lake is 0.2, Niagara Falls is 0.6, Newmarket is 1.2, Orangeville 0.2, Uxbridge 0.1, Boyertown is 0.2, 0.1 is in Barrie, 0.2 actually. So Collingwood on the beach is gonna be 0.2. So this is easiest. So there's nothing else on the weather mod this time period. So next it takes a 30-minute to 40-minute video to do pressure pattern, total snowfall, freezing rain, sleet, precipitation pattern, air temperature patterns, and total rainfall. So it's gonna take 30 to 40 minutes video to do that. So next hour, this hour gets nothing. So 7 p.m. there's nothing else. So just double check this. It's only 0.2 doesn't count. That's in Northern Ontario, north of Southern Ontario actually, Northern Southern Ontario. So next hour it's gonna skip the whole thing. So 7 p.m. nothing. So total sleet. Newmarket, Uxbridge, Peterborough, 4 degrees. Brampton, that's the wrong place. So for actually, so Brampton, Oshawa, Belleville, London is gonna be -3, -2 is downtown Toronto. Hamilton is 0 degrees, 0 degrees in Oracle, -1 is in Niagara on the Lake. Niagara Falls City is -2. So Orangeville is -3, -2 is in Whitetown, Collingwood. Foster Midlands -3, but it's coming -2 actually. So let's do the easiest city. So Barrie is -2, and Orella is going to be -3 actually. It could be -3. It's in Barrie, but it's -4. So -2 is in Quebec. So let's do the hardest city now. So Hope's Bay, Lion's Head is going to be -1 degrees. -1 is also oh no, -2 is actually it's in Bombay. Thunder Beach is -1. Salt Lake Bay is -2. And let's do Orella, Georgina, and Barrie and Beverly Isle starters. So Georgina is -3, Beverly Isle is -3, Barrie is done, so I don't need to say it again. So -3 is in Orella. So next hour, it's gonna take a minute to go to the next hour. It's gonna be easiest to do 8 a.m. in this temperature pattern. So Newmarket, Snowfall, it's gonna be -3. Brampton down to Toronto -1. This is degrees Celsius. So Richmond Hills -2. Newmarket is done. So Oshawa, Uxbridge -5. -2 is in Vancouver. -4. -4 is in Belleville, Peterborough, Wyatt. So 0 degrees in Collingwood and Wyerton. London is -1. Niagara on the Lake is -1, including Hamilton, Burlington, Greenspoint, Niagara on the Lake. Niagara Falls is -2 degrees. Orangeville is -2 degrees. So easiest cities. So it's gonna be Barrie's easiest. So -3 degrees. Georgina is -1 degrees. -2 is Orella. Beverly Isle is -2 degrees. So Thunder Beach is +1. It's gonna be +2 degrees. It's in Thunder Beach. Bomb Beach is +1 degrees. +2 degrees. Could be +1 actually. So it's gonna be +1 degrees. This is Salt Lake Bay. So -1 is in Midlands. So Orella, Hanover doesn't count. Hope Bay, the Lion's Head is going to be +1 degree. It could be +2, but it's going to be +1 mostly because it's darker, cloudless, easy to see. So for Aries, it's going to be it's going to be 0 degrees. So let's choose the easiest city. So Brampton 2 degrees, Oshawa 2 degrees, Quebec 2 degrees, Niagara on the Lake 2 degrees, Greenspoint, Hamilton, Burlington is 2 degrees, downtown Toronto 3 degrees, London 0 degrees, 2 degrees in Whitehall, Collingwood, Newmarket, Uxbridge, Peterborough, Belleville 1 degrees, equals 3 degrees. It could be 2 or 3, anything. So 1 degree in Niagara Falls City. For Erie, it's going to be 1 degree, but it's going to be 2 degrees instead. So Barrie is 1 degree, Georgina is 2 degrees, Orella is 2 degrees, Beverly Isles is 2 degrees. It could be 1 degree actually, 1 degrees. So Lions Head, Hope Bay is going to be 3 degrees. Actually 4 degrees. This is Lions Head, both cities. So Salt Lake Bay, Palm Beach. Salt Lake Bay, Palm Beach, Thunder Beach is going to be 4 degrees. Actually, so it could be 4 or 3 degrees. So it's going to be 4 degrees something. Because it's closer temperatures. It's actually 3 degrees. It's in Lions Head, so I'm gonna say it again. So Lions Head, Palm Beach, Thunder Beach, Salt Lake Bay, and the final city is going to be Hope Bay. The cities are gonna be 3 degrees instead of 4 degrees. So next hour, 8 a.m. So that's two easiest cities. So that's Toronto, Hamilton, Burlington, Niagara on the Lake, Quebec. It's gonna be 2 degrees. Uxbridge, Peterborough, it's gonna be 0 degrees. Brampton, Snowfall, Newmarket, Orangeville is 1 degrees. Belleville, Niagara Falls City, it's gonna be 1 degrees. Fort Erie, 4 degrees. Oakville, it's gonna be 30 degrees, 3 degrees, it could be 3 degrees. So 2 degrees in Glasgow, 3 degrees is Barton. So I didn't do Midland in a long time, so let's see. So 4 degrees in Lions Head, Boho Bay, Thunder Beach, Palm Beach, Salt Lake Bay. It's gonna be 2 and 3 degrees, same thing. Not the same thing, but actually 3 degrees is and 4 degrees would be same thing. So it's gonna be 3 degrees is in Palm Beach, Thunder Beach, Salt Lake Bay. So Orangeville, there's nothing else except London is 1 degree. So Oshawa is 1 degree. So next hour, so 3 p.m. easiest cities, let's get started. So 3 degrees in London, Brampton, Newmarket, Uxbridge, Oshawa. So 4 degrees in Niagara on the Lake, Niagara Falls, downtown Toronto, Gunsby, Collingwood. So next Quebec. So Stouffville 2 degrees, Peterborough, Belleville is also 2 degrees, Hamilton 5 degrees, Oakville 5 degrees, 2 degrees in Niagara Falls City, 5 degrees in Fort Erie, 5 degrees in Barton. Orangeville is minus 3 degrees, plus 3 degrees. So everywhere in Lake Simcoe it's going to be 4 degrees, but it's not 4 degrees. So it's 4 degrees in Barrie, Georgina is 4 degrees, Beverly Isles is 4 degrees, Beverly Isles is actually 3 degrees. Orella is actually, so let's start again. So Barrie is going to be 4 degrees. Georgina is going to be 4 degrees. Orella is going to be 4 degrees. And Beverly Isles is going to be 3 degrees. So this is the correct city. So Palm Beach is 4, could be 4 degrees, but it's going to be 5 degrees. So it could be 5 degrees actually. So 5 degrees is Palm Beach, 6 degrees in Thunder Beach, Salt Lake Bay is 36 degrees. So 6 degrees in Lions Head, Hope Bay. So next hour, and this is Hana missing because Hana's mixed, so I'm not going to count. So next hour, so White and 4 degrees, 3 degrees in Greece in Collingwood, 1 degree in London, Brampton, Stouffville, Uxbridge, Niagara Falls City, those cities. So 3 degrees in downtown Toronto, Hamilton, Burlington, Gunsby, Niagara on the Lake, Fort Erie, Quebec. So 2 degrees in Newmarket, Orangeville, or Oshawa, Peterborough, Belleville. So let's do the harder ones. So 2 degrees in Barrie, Orella is going to be 1 degree, so actually 2 degrees, but it's going to be 1 degree. So 1 degree, no, Georgina is 30 degrees. Beverly Isles is going to be going to be, it could be 2 degrees, but it's going to be 2 degrees actually. So Thunder Beach is 6 degrees, Palm Beach is 5 degrees, Salt Lake Bay is 5 degrees, Hope Bay is 6, this is going to be 5 degrees, Lion's Head is actually 5 degrees, Hope Bay is going to be 5 degrees. So next hour, I might skip multiple cities, so 3 p.m. 5 degrees in Whitetown, Collingwood is 4 degrees, 6 degrees in London, 6 degrees in Brampton, down to Toronto, Peterborough is 4 degrees, Oshawa 5 degrees, 6 degrees in Cuba, 5 degrees in Belleville, 3 degrees in Uxbridge, 4 degrees in Newmarket, Orangeville. When should like to come? So Snowfall is 4 degrees, 5 degrees in Scarborough, 7 degrees in Niagara on the Lake, and 8 degrees is 6 degrees, it could be 6 degrees. So Hamilton, Burlington, Greensboro, Niagara on the Lake is 7 degrees. So now the actual harder cities, including it's gonna be 7 degrees. So harder cities, 4 degrees in Orella, Barrie, Georgina is 5 degrees, Beverly Isles is 5 degrees, Lions Head, Hope Bay is gonna be 6 degrees, but it's gonna be 7 degrees, but it's gonna be 7 degrees. So 6 degrees in Palm Beach, Thunder Beach, and Salt Lake Bay is gonna be 6 degrees, it could be 6 degrees, it could be 5 degrees, so it's going to be 5.5 degrees in Salt Lake Bay. Palm Beach, Thunder Beach is actually going to be 6 degrees, so cities are corrected now. So Orella is actually 4 degrees. So for Erie is going to be 7 degrees. So next over 8 a.m. 7 a.m. actually. So Whitetown, Collingwood is 2 degrees, -2 is in London, -1 in Snowfall, +1 is Snowfall, +1 is down to Toronto, Oshawa, Uxbridge, Peterborough, Belleville, Newmarket 0 degrees, Orangeville same thing, 0 degrees, Quebec 3 degrees, 2 degrees in Hamilton, 3 degrees in Oakland, Niagara on the Lakes 2 degrees, 1 degree in Niagara Falls City, Greensboro is 3 degrees, Fort Erie is 2 degrees. So now I choose the harder cities. So 2 degrees in Barrie, 3 degrees in not Barrie. It's gonna be Orella is 4 degrees, but it's going to be 3 degrees actually. So 3 degrees in Georgina. In Beverly Isles is going to be 2 degrees. And 5 degrees in 6 degrees in Thunder Beach. Palm Beach is 5 degrees, 6 degrees. Salt Lake Bay, it's going to be Salt Lake Bay is actually going to be 6 degrees. Lion's Head is going to be 2 degrees. Hope Bay is actually going to be 5 degrees. 5 degrees is actually Hope Bay, and 2 degrees is in Lion's Head 3 degrees. It's going to be 3 degrees, so 2 degrees. Yeah, it's gonna be 3 degrees instead. So next final hour is gonna be harder. So 6 degrees in Whitetown, 5 degrees in Collingwood, 7 degrees in London, 7 degrees in Brampton, down to Toronto, 5 degrees in Newmarket, Orangeville, Snowfall, Oshawa, 6 degrees in Cuba, 4 degrees in Uxbridge, 4 degrees in Peterborough, 5 degrees in Belleville, Niagara on the Lake is 7 degrees, Niagara Falls City is 6 degrees, Greensboro is 8 degrees, Hamilton 8 degrees, Oakville 8 degrees, 7 degrees is for Erie, so Barrie is 4 degrees, Georgina is 5 degrees, Beverly Isles is 5 degrees, 4 degrees is in Orella, 5 degrees in Thunder Beach, Salt Lake Bay, Palm Beach is actually 4 degrees borderline. So Lion's Head is 5 degrees, Hope Bay is 5, it could be 6 degrees. 6 degrees is actually Hope Bay. Lion's Head. So fighting this is actually it's gonna be whole nothing. So let's double check everything is done. So this could be end of the video. So